Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel, and today to a special episode where I'm celebrating hitting 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube with doing a Q&A with you guys. I asked you over on Discord, Reddit and YouTube to ask me some questions, so I've piled them together and I'm going to go through them one at a time. In the background, I'm going to show you some old Park files in Parkitect, so that should be a little bit entertaining. But thank you to everyone that subscribed to my channel, for everyone that likes and comments on my videos. I know I don't have the biggest audience on YouTube, I don't have the most subscribers, but you guys that do watch enjoy my content, and I really appreciate you guys that always interact with me on here and also over on Discord. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support me further, you can head over to my Patreon. It's €3 a month, and there you get early access to my videos, you get behind the scenes pictures and things of projects that I'm working on and little perks. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. So the first question is, why did it take so long for you to get to 2,000 subs? And to be honest, I think it's because I have a very niche channel. I just kind of play theme park games and I'm targeted at Parkitect players. And so I think because of that, not everyone is interested. So I don't have the biggest audience and I don't attract the most people over here on my channel because I don't really play that many other games. So I think that's why, but you know what? It's really okay. As long as the guys that are subscribed enjoy my content, that's all that matters. So let's get the funny questions out of the way. So first up, I have multiple questions here about Game of Thrones. And as you know, this is a joke by the way, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, I haven't watched it. I'm probably one of the only people in the world that's not seen the series. I'm just not really into fantasy type series and movies. I love sci-fi stuff and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I know I'm one of those people and I do apologize. So this next question is just straight up ridiculous. Let's get into it. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I had to really think about this, and I'm going to go for the 100 duck-sized horses because I think if you scale them down, they wouldn't be able to run as fast. So then I could run faster. That's my answer. Okay, so the next silly question. As some of you may know, I am half German and half British, so I live in Germany. What's your favorite German dish and why is it schnitzel? So I'm actually a vegetarian, so I don't eat schnitzel, and my favorite German dish, vegetarian-wise, would be Bratkartoffeln, fried potatoes. So my next question is quite a common one I got actually, and this is, where does my name come from? What does the B stand for? And so my real name is Brad. And so I took the B from that and I just put it onto the end of coaster because I like roller coasters, and Coaster B, and that's my name. So let's get more into the theme park and Parkitect and Roller Coaster Tycoon style game questions now. So how much work do you put into organize the diorama challenge each month? So as you know, I do a challenge here every month where I provide a coaster, and the coaster normally takes me like a few days to design. And once I'm happy with an idea, I will then make the map, which takes me a couple hours. And then back before, when Mr. Unit used to help me film, I used to film all the maps that I got in from you guys that sent in entries. That would take me quite a long time, a few hours. And then the actual video itself that I make for my YouTube channel every month takes me between 4 to 6 hours to put together. So yeah, it's a little bit of work. I really enjoy it though. I really like doing this project for the community and showing everyone's parks off and what everyone can do. My username I've just covered, and then my favorite YouTuber is actually a guy called 1000. He's an artist and he's amazing. His videos are so great. His art's fantastic. He does like an anime type style, but it's in his own way. And he actually creates all his own music for his videos. He raps about what he's doing while he's painting and doing projects. He's really, really cool. So go and check him out, 1000 on YouTube. And where do I see myself in 10 years? Well, 10 years ago, I was actually living in England, and I've been in Germany now for about 7.5 years. So maybe for the next 10 years, I'll still be in Germany, I hope, doing what I'm doing now, which I very much enjoy. And maybe there'll be new theme park roller coaster games out, maybe a Parkitect 2 or something, who knows. Here's a great question. Why got you to play Parkitect for the first time? I was a big fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon. I loved the second Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, that was great. And then naturally I progressed on to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and that was kind of like the only coaster game out for a while. And I'm a Mac user, so when Planet Coaster came out, I couldn't play that on Mac. It was only available on PC. And I did realize there was this game out on Kickstarter, I believe, I can't remember now, and it was called Parkitect. And I saw some things about it on Facebook maybe. It looked cool, I liked it. It reminded me of Coaster Tycoon 2. And so I decided to give it a download. It was super cheap at the time, and it was very limited. There was hardly any pieces in the game. There was about 4 coasters and about a handful of scenery pieces. There was just really not that much you could do. And then actually playing the game and watching it like develop has been incredible, and to what you can do now to then is literally amazing. But yeah, it was just a natural progression for me to start playing the game, and I'm really glad I did. And that leads on to a question from fellow Parkitect YouTuber Astrotron. How did you find Parkitect? I actually found it, like I just said, through Facebook or somewhere. Like someone had posted about this game and I just was like, oh, okay, and I bought it. It wasn't on Steam at the time, and all the mods that you could download you had to get on this website called Parkitect Nexus that doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, I can't really remember how I found it, but I didn't actually play it that much when I first got it because there wasn't that much you could do, and I was still playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 at the time. It was like a very slow transition for me over to the game. So next question, what do you think is the hardest scenario in the campaign in Parkitect? And if I'm really honest with you, I can't answer that question because I have never played the campaign. It's just not something I'm interested in. I really love just to build in Sandbox, open up scenario editor, make a map, design it really detailed and do realism things, and I just like building. I don't like to have an objective and have rules and things, and so I can't really comment on that, so I don't know. So if you could meet someone dead or alive, but it has to be real, who would it be, why, and what would you do with them? I'd actually really love to meet John Wardley, and he is the designer of Oblivion, Nemesis, Stampedia, Dragon Khan. He made all these great rides, he designed them, and I just think he's such an amazing person. I have his book and his ideas and how he changed the roller coaster industry. I would just love, not really to do anything special, just to ride Nemesis with him. I think would be iconic, and that's just me being an absolute theme park geek. Yeah, so John Wardley is my answer. So here we've got a big list of questions. The first one is, if you could choose what was in the next Never Going to Happen DLC, what would you like to see? Of course, I would like to see more flat rides. I think there's a great selection already, but some more would be even better. Some more coaster types or more different possibilities with the current coaster types would be great. But what I would love to see is different pieces in the coaster builder, like some sliding switch tracks so we could do triple launch shuttle coasters, the ability to build backwards, that would be fantastic. Just kind of diagonal sloping pieces would be nice so we can do proper dive loops, that kind of thing. And I'd like to see more angle pieces on the slope so we can do proper airtime hills. But yeah, basically more possibilities with the coaster builder. I'd like to see a fast pass system introduced with the queue line. That would be a really cool little detail. And maybe like a hotel that we could build so guests could stay overnight and make money that way. That would also be a great thing, I think, to be seen in a DLC. Next up is, what is my favorite coaster? And it's Maverick at Cedar Point. I can't remember when I went. It was like 2016 or 17, before Steel of Vengeance opened. I just absolutely loved that ride. I just thought it was amazing. It's not the tallest or anything, but it was just so good. I loved the drop, the transitions, the inversions, the airtime was mad, the second launch in the tunnel was great. It was just a fantastic all-round ride, and it had everything that I like in a roller coaster. So next question is, what is your favorite type of coaster? And actually, it's inverts. I absolutely love riding a B&M inverted coaster, not Vekoma SLCs. They can go in the bin. Just whenever I see a B&M invert at a park, it's one of the coasters I'm most excited to ride. I've ridden quite a few: Nemesis, Nemesis Inferno, Montu, Black Mamba, Silver Bullet, Batman, Dragon Challenge, Fire and Ice, that don't exist anymore, and Raptor. Like I've ridden quite a few of them. I absolutely love them. I think they're so good. They're so intense and just such good coasters, and I love that your feet dangle and you have like leg choppers and stuff in the ride. Yeah, absolutely love those. So the next question is a really good one. What is the best thing you've seen in Parkitect build-wise, or like the ultimate thing? So I've had to really think about this. I think the best recreation of a real ride, a real existing attraction I've seen, is Astrotron's Big Thunder Mountain. I think that was just amazing. But the best thing like I've ever seen altogether, there was this 1 month where I made a spinning coaster in my challenge, and a Korean builder, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm really sorry. He made this map called Ancient Heritage, I think it was called, and it was just the most insanely detailed thing you've ever seen. So that has to be the best map park build I've ever seen so far in this game. Next question, what would I put in a burger? Well, I'm vegetarian, so not meat, and I really like a good like vegan patty with like a fried egg. And what is the worst experience you've ever had in a theme park? I had to really think about this. And we had a pop-up theme park. It was technically a fun fair in Germany, and it had a log flume, and I nearly died. Like, I went down the drop at the end, and as we hit the water, I flew up out of the boat and I slammed my chest against the front part of it. Luckily there was padding there, and I sliced open my finger and I literally saw death before me. It was like Final Destination. So that was that. And in an actual theme park, it wasn't really anything to do with anyone. It was just, I went on Batman Backwards at Six Flags Great Adventure, and me and backwards rides just do not go well together. But it was so good, and I did it twice in a row, and it really just didn't make me I did not feel well at all. And it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just had to find a bench somewhere in the park, quiet, and just try and rest so that I could feel well again to do things like King Dakar, because I wanted to ride that one more time before I left. Luckily, I'd already done a full day at the park before this happened. This was the second day, and so I actually wasted an entire afternoon at the park because I just did not feel well. And when I say I didn't feel well, I felt rough. Not a question that was sent in, but I feel like I just want to follow on. Some cool experiences that have happened to me in theme parks is at Cedar Point, Top Floor Dragster broke down while I was on it, and it was just a really weird experience. We did the launch. We went 3/4 of the way down the launch track, and then just literally came to a dead stop. Didn't even go up the top hat or anything. And then we were like, what the hell happened? And then we just rolled backwards so slowly. It took nearly 20 minutes to get back to the station. It turned out that the catch car that pulls the train had completely broken. And so the ride wasn't open again for like a few weeks or months or something. So that was that. And also I got evac'd from Untamed at Wallaby Holland on the lift hill, which was really cool. In the pouring rain, I sat there for 45 minutes just stuck. And then the guy came, opened up the harnesses, we got out and climbed down the stairs. So that was really fun. Next up, another really cool question is, what's your favorite theme for a theme park land? Had to really think about this one. I really love Nemesis, that whole little area, Forbidden Valley. I love these kind of like dystopian style themes. I think they work really, really well for theme parks. I love those eerie feels, really, really cool. And also just like movie backlot type stuff, like at Universal Studios and stuff, really gives you like you're in the movies feel. I love that kind of theming as well when I'm at a theme park. But to see in Parkitect, I like all different styles of theming. Sci-fi theming I think is really, really cool. Dystopian theming, like I just said, and like I love to see as well fantasy theming because I'm not very good at it. So when I see other people do these really crazy fantasy styles, I think they're really cool as well. Next question is, what's the Parkitect related work video coaster diorama that you're the most proud of? I'm actually really proud of setting up the diorama challenge. I very often have ideas and then I don't actually follow through with the actual project. And so I just kind of had the idea. I asked a few guys over on Discord and they said, yeah, we'll do it. And so the first few months there wasn't as many entries, and now it's got a lot more. And I'm just really proud that I did something that the community can come together on and share their opinions and ideas and show their work off. So I'm really proud of that. And a project of my own I'm most proud of is my Nemesis recreation. I think it's the best thing I've ever built, in terms of like hitting all the realistic points and details on the head with the real attraction. And I absolutely enjoyed building it. It was just such a pleasure to do. And I hope you guys liked it as well, because I did put a lot of work into it. But yeah, I'm really proud of that one. Next question is, what's a YouTube project that you've always wanted to do but never had the motivation to start? I had this question twice, kind of. The other question said this: what crazy and undoable project would you like to work on? So they're kind of similar questions. I would really love to do a full recreation of Cedar Point, and I just don't think it's possible because the park is massive and I don't think you can make a map that big in the game. Also, too much work to do. It would be so overwhelming. I'm showing you on screen actually right now, just a coincidence. Raptor, this is a recreation I did of Raptor at Cedar Point, and it's massive, and that's just one ride. And then I also did a Maverick recreation, which is also huge, and that was also just one ride. And if I think about doing the entire park, I just don't think it's possible, / I don't really have the motivation to do that big a park in as much detail as I would like to do. But doing like smaller recreations of my favorite parts of Cedar Point have been really fun. And so that's something I've continued to do with other maps and other recreations as well. It's just taking a chunk of a park and making a little diorama. I've really enjoyed doing that. Next question, if I could only go to one theme park for the rest of my life, what would it be? And surprise, surprise, Cedar Point. I mean, I can't even think of another park. Like, Cedar Point was just the best park I've ever been to. I absolutely loved it. The location's fantastic. The rides are amazing. There's so many good roller coasters. I just had the best time there ever. And I absolutely would love to go back there in the future. So Cedar Point. So that leads me on to the last set of questions. Here we have what's my favorite mod, and I'm going to have to say Construction Anarchy. I think that mod literally unlocked everything that's possible. Even if you don't download mods and you just use vanilla pieces, it's just so good because you can move everything freely up and down at any height you like, put anything anywhere you like, and it's just, I think it's the best mod in my eyes. My favorite most used single piece of deco is probably custom supports. I know it's more than one piece, but like I always use custom supports. So they make your rides look so much better, so much more realistic, and I just could not be without them. Next question is really, really good. How many hours have you spent playing Parkitect since birth? Now, I bought the game in 2015, I think. And this is before Steam, so I don't know how many hours I have from before Steam. But since I transferred over to Steam, let me just open it up and have a look. So it says I've played 2011.9 hours so far of the game on Steam, and that's literally not including like hours and hours of pre-Steam time. So I really don't know how long I've played it for. It is one of the only games I play. I'm not really a big gaming person. I just really like playing theme park games. Sometimes I dabble in a bit of No Limits too. I don't play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 at all anymore. I just think it's very outdated, and I much prefer this game. But if there are new theme park games coming out in the future, then I'll definitely check it out. I'd like to play Planet Coaster. It is on Mac now, but I just don't know if my computer could really handle it. It might be okay. I am sorry for the laggy footage in the background. It's, as you may know, my ongoing struggle. My laptop works really, really well with Parkitect when I'm not recording, but when I click record to like screen capture everything, then it absolutely dies on me, so I do apologize. So that brings us here to the end of my 2000 subscriber question and answers special. Thanks to everyone that sent me in questions. It's been really good fun. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumb up button and also subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed already, and hit the bell icon. And I'll see you all next time for another episode here on my channel. Bye.